Yes. Oh, Corey Paulson. I apologize. They're brothers and they're both involved in criminal activity. We've been dealing with them for quite a while. Paulson reported that until police intervention, he was transporting between 120 and 130 bundles of MOB heroin, totaling 1,200 to 1,300 bags, into the county from Philadelphia up to a couple of times a week. Paulson said he was the exclusive source of the MOB heroin in this area at the time. Paulson said he has never sold directly to anyone who died, and that he has people working under him that sell the heroin to the users. He said this thinking that this would insulate him from the deaths that occurred. Regarding the girl Tubbs, Paulson confirmed that Tubbs was his girlfriend. He said that on June 6, 2015, she had used a bag of heroin before she left the house. He confirmed that she used MOB heroin that he provided to her. He indicated he did not feel any responsibility because it was not an overdose. Instead, it was a vehicle crash. He stated it was just a crash. She was using heroin. It was my heroin, but it was just a crash. It wasn't the heroin that killed her. As required by law, Detective Huff listed in the search warrant the names of the individuals who provided information and the source of that information. As required by law, a copy of the search warrant was provided to Corey Paulson. After the search warrants, Paulson used another individual's phone to call one of the individuals named in the warrant and threaten their life. When investigators learned of the threats to the lives of those involved, they charged Paulson based solely on what was found in the search warrants, to get him locked up to make sure that he couldn't make good on his threats. The investigation regarding the overdoses and fatal crash continued as that evidence had been gathered but not analyzed. For a time, while Paulson has been incarcerated, MOB heroin was not being sold. So not only did we prove that he was the source of it, we can show that it wasn't being sold after he was incarcerated. We had heroin users testify in the grand jury, and they indicated that a knockoff brand of MOB was being sold, but that it wasn't as good. Mr. Tubbs, who's here today, testified that after Nicole's funeral, Cody Dick called him and told him that Paulson was threatening the lives of Cody Dick and another individual. Mr. Tubbs urged Cody Dick to tell the authorities. On November 9, 2015, Judge Ebert granted the Commonwealth's motion to authorize an indictment through the grand jury in this case. There are other individuals involved in this case who've been arrested and charged. Two of Paulson's sub-dealers. We've shown over the last few years that we are willing to pursue these cases of drug delivery resulting in death. There's been a lot of changes and a lot of upheaval with that law over the years. Many years ago there was a 5-year mandatory sentence attached to it. And then the courts opined and said that we needed to show the kind of malice required for third-degree murder in order to charge it. Then the law was changed again to what we have now, which freed us up to do some of these cases. We've had some success doing these cases, and we feel very confident about these charges. Now, this was an outstanding investigation, another example of cooperation within the county. I want to thank the great work of the law enforcement folks that are standing up here with me and my staff, and certainly, again, acknowledge the families that are here and their loss. I said to them upstairs, nothing that we do can take away the pain of their loss, and nothing that we do can bring back their loved ones. But we can try to achieve some measure of justice. We'll never give them closure, but perhaps we can help them on to the next stage in their grief. And they've been very brave and very helpful, and I just want to acknowledge that here publicly today. We'll be happy to take any questions on this case.